And we move on. Man, I wish we could just sit here for the next 2 or 3 hours. Get the eggs, microwave up some
Speak for
bacon.
yourself, Jim.
Okay,
Speak for
fine.
yourself.
Okay. We move on. West Region, 9:20 p.m. Eastern. The number 16 seed, Norfolk State, 17-7 on the year, versus the overall number 1 seed, Gonzaga Bulldogs, 26 and zilch. Bankers Life Fieldhouse, Indianapolis, Indiana. We have Gonzaga opening up as we heard 32.5 in the chat, but it's 34 right now and climbing. Or, it opened at 34 the way I see it here, but is a 33.5 and a 33. But there's a bunch of 34s out there. Ooh-wee. Norfolk State defeated Appalachian State 54-53 tonight to earn the MEAC champions a chance to face overall number 1 seed Gonzaga on Saturday night. Junior guard Bronx, New York native Jalen Hawkins was spectacular off the bench. 8 of 13 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3, 24 points, 5 boards. On the season, he was the Spartans' third leading scorer at 9.4 points per game. And Max always talks about who's going to give you the outlier performance. And here we go. Leading scorer, senior Devontae Carter had a terrible night. 1 of 10 from the field, 4 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, but he cashed those 2 free throws. 8 seconds left, game on the line, and he stepped up. It was beautiful. On the season, he averaged 15.5 points, 5.3 boards, 4 assists. The other Spartan averaged double digits is junior guard Joe Bryant Jr. and went for 10 points, 4 boards in the win. On the season, Norfolk State averaged 75.2 points per game, hit 43.6% from the field, 36.8 from 3, and 70.6 from the foul line. Gonzaga comes off one of the most dominant seasons in college basketball history. They're the first team since Kentucky in 2015 and the 16th team overall to enter the NCAA tournament undefeated. In 26 games, only 1 team came within single digits of beating them. West Virginia lost 87-82 in Gonzaga's third game of the season back on December 2nd. The Zags did receive a scare in the West Coast Conference Final when BYU led at the half 53-41. Gonzaga outscored them 47-25 in the second half to win the conference and the game 88-78. The Bulldogs scored 92.1 points per game and allowed 69.1. They defeated teams by an average of 23 points per game. 6'7" senior Corey Kispert leads the Zags in scoring, averaging 19.2 points and hits 44.4% from 3. Right behind him, 6'10" sophomore Drew Timme, who averages 18.7 points, 7.1 boards. Freshman guard Jalen Suggs is next, averaging 14.3 points, 5.5 boards, 4.5 assists. Joe Ayayi rounds out the double-digit scores with 11.8 points, 7 boards, 3 assists. They hit an extremely impressive 55.1% from the field, 36.5 from 3, 72.7 from the stripe. Max, 34-point number 1 overall seed Gonzaga Bulldogs in action on Saturday night. How do we make money off of this?
Listen, Jim, I think that the easiest way that I've made money off Gonzaga games is to take first half spreads with Gonzaga. I think that against a non-WCC competition, well, they may be in a rude awakening for the evolved element that is Gonzaga's offense. Choose a level that you want to get beat, and then they'll beat you there. That's the bottom line. We've seen it happen a bunch of times already. But the real question is what kind of defensive effort we're going to get from Gonzaga versus Norfolk State team, because Norfolk, listen, they're going to put up some threes. And if they don't get an outlier performance from Jalen Hawkins, well, they're probably not going to get a 1 for 10 shooting game from Devontae Carter. I think that a guy like Keshawn Hicks is going to play a real significant role against Gonzaga just because of his size, athleticism, and his ability to play defense and get on the glass. At the end of the day, though, do I want to be betting Gonzaga at 34 points for a full game? No, because I don't trust that when Mark Few empties the bench, that those guys can maintain. I've seen it happen a couple times already this year, where the bench comes in and gets cleared, and then the margin of victory shrinks. So Gonzaga first half to really let Norfolk State know, yeah, you've had your fun. Now it's time to go home. But when it comes to the total, obviously that route under ideology works, but not really so much with Gonzaga. If Gonzaga scores 100 points here, do we trust their defense to hold Norfolk under 55? I'm not so sure about that. So right now, I lean towards Gonzaga first half on the spread, and then I lean to Gonzaga. I lean to the first half over. But as far as taking that under 155 full game, I'm not brave enough yet to do that.
I think both those looks make a ton of sense. Gonzaga first half and first half over.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you see, let's say 74, even up to like 77, that's still possible to get over.
Really nice breakdown. It makes an absolute ton of sense. So we're gonna stay. I can't find the first half line right now, but do you want me to keep looking or do you want to wait?
Well, I don't see a first half line on my book, so I'm sure that it'll be available in a couple hours.
Okay.
So you're gonna have some morning work to do, Jim. So you're gonna have to just be like to your loved ones. You're gonna have to be like, listen, I gotta do some line shopping for the one and only Maxwell Smart. Sometimes he's smarter than others, but yeah.
You know, it sounds good to me, man. This is all I'm going to be focused on for the next, 100 hours for sure. Charles Gerhardt says it's 18 right now on DraftKings. What do you think when you hear 18?
I think that's cashable. I also think that Nathan Cerna, that first to 20, I usually like the Zags in Zag games first to 40 if it's not juiced too much, and then first to 50 because there's definitely a good shot of them scoring 50 in this first half.
Oh my
The
God.
first line would have to be probably around 22 to 23 for me not to take it.